and welcome to MRH CROSSTALK. Today on the show, we had radio superstar N6 and strategist Kuku, Hollywood actor Chuks, Azuka tonight, your host, Spring Goddess Shade Ladipo.
Week 6 and we are here and it's MRH CROSSTALK. In the studio with us we have two Big Brother housemates who just left. The pepper them, or they didn't just leave. It's 6 weeks now, but they're back in the wild with us. We have Nelson. Hello, Nelson. So cute. And of course we have the gorgeous Avala. Gorgeous. Avala. Okay, guys. So every week we try to analyze what's been going on in the house. We talk about our predictions, we talk about faves, people who've just been mucking around. And then it's good when we have housemates join us who can give us some behind the scene stories that we don't know, we can't see because we're outside. Exactly. And then we can also share with you some of the things we see and you can tell us if they're right or wrong. Exactly. So last week, Ebuka kind of hinted that something was going to happen in the house. He told us to start paying attention from Wednesday. And as people predicted, new housemates joined the house. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 new housemates. Almost like the house is just beginning from scratch.
I didn't really think it was going to be up to 5. I was thinking 2.
So first we had VENITA and Elo. VENITA. And
Elo.
VENITA, like Venetian blind.
Valencia.
So we have VENITA and Elo. And then we have NK and
Sorry,
Joe.
what's that guy's name?
Joe.
I don't know, but when I watch his tag, I get dyslexic.
Elo.
E-L-O?
Yes.
Okay,
Elo.
cool. I see E-L-Z, so I'm like...
Elo Zonam. His name is Elo Zonam.
Okay, my bad.
Then the 5th person was Cindy, right?
Yes.
Oh
my God.
I didn't even know her name, honestly.
Cindy. They kind of created a buzz in the house. I saw, first of all, before we go into that,
there was also the guy with the nasty attitude with the Romanov beard thing going on.
That's
Joe? Yeah.
That's Joe.
And then they
but before we go into that, somebody left the house. Someone was evicted.
Yes.
Jeff was evicted. And we all predicted Jeff was going to be evicted. Because as far as we were concerned, the people who he was up against were all strong. And let's quickly, if you look at the voting pattern, Jeff was really down low. Mike had the highest number of votes in terms of percentages, and then Tacha, and then Omashola, which was, I think, very expected. I think we've identified that those 3 are really strong housemates. What do you guys think? From the outside, we already kind of called it. A lot of people have been saying, look, Mike is going to win the show. That's what people have been predicting.
Which I still find
Are we on track somewhat with saying that Mike, Tacha, and Omashola are strong housemates? For now.
They obviously
Yes, they are. For me, with Mike, it was his presence.
Okay.
You can tell who's actually standing out, to be honest. And he had this leadership role in the house. Even though he was never head of house, he still had this, know how to keep the peace. The peace and the crowd together and to work together. He was always that pick-me-up guy.
Okay. So how about Tacha?
Tacha's my reverse girl now. So honestly, Tacha, people just tend to misinterpret Tacha. She seemed loud, and this based on the fact that from River State, you always have to be loud because people need to hear you when you want to talk. You have to shout. So you won't really blame the chick, but if you look deep into, you see that the girl is actually a really nice girl.
So are you team Tacha?
It's not like I'm Team Tacha.
Okay.
It's not my choice.
Right.
It's not my choice. I'm from River State. I have to support Tacha, whether I like it or not.
Why does everything
Because I have to have my sister's back.
It's fair. It's not where he wants to stand.
Do you like Tacha though?
I like Tacha.
So did you want Tacha to win?
I don't mind if she wins.
Wow. But what do you guys? I want to now find out from both of you, especially being in the house. When there's certain people they say, oh, it's a strong character. It's a strong character. Someone like me, everyone swears by Mike. But I think it's something you experience. I'm outside, I'm watching it, he just seems like every other housemate with a bit of a daddy complex. Right? Now, some people, to be honest, and then there's some people who like Omashola. And so, tell me about Omashola's kind of energy, because his character
I knew he was going to stand out from the time I got there, because he was just so loud.
Yeah.
And funny, actually, his personality is really loud. He's a loud person.
But is he cool to get along with?
Yeah,
yes, he is actually.
Okay.
He's a nice guy.
He is. He's a nice guy. He's a
Good old nice guy.
I mean,
nice.
I was only there for a week. Okay.
I was there for 4 weeks. I know he's a nice guy.
7 days is still enough to get your opinion.
Yeah. So one month. Well. Nelson, you were there for a month.
Yeah.
Would you trade this experience for anything else?
No, I won't.
You wouldn't.
I won't.
It was worth your 4 weeks.
Yeah, it was.
What makes it worth it for you?
The fact that I never went to boarding school, so it was like a whole new experience for me. You have to wake up to the alarm in the morning. I always wake up first before everybody.
I know.
Then you have to go through the workout process, and you come back. There's instructions. There's this. There's that. Like you're going for regular classes, so it was fun. You have to learn to manage people, despite the fact that loud, they're annoying, they're this, they're that. They don't clean up after they use the toilet. They don't do their dishes. So I learned a lot from those things.
How did you feel when your fellow housemates nominated you out?
I was never nominated, but except for FRODD and Ike when I came on.
The nomination.
Everybody was up for the nomination.
Yeah, everybody was up.
Do you feel like if you could go back to the house, there's something you would have done different?
Yes, I think I would have been able to manage the fact that even when I was on medication, I wouldn't have slept so much.
Another thing, like I saw you mostly talking to Esther.
Yes.
Do you think if you mixed up other housemates, aired your opinions and your mindset of talking about it with a particular person, it would have actually helped you?
No, the time I was always talking to Esther was fact Esther has been my friend from day one, and I was sick at that point in time, so she was like the only person that always sits by the bedside with me to like, okay, keep me company. So even though I was like, no, I would have just tried my best to just step up my game and be out there, but
I want to ask Avala one question real quick. I'm sorry, my
No.
Just real quick.
We are talking.
You go into a house, you have all these expectations. You at least plan to be there till the last day in a weird lottery or series of events, because technically that's how life is.
Yep.
You come out in 7 days. Now, what does that do? Tell me what it does to your psyche, and then what it does to your recommitment to your hustle. If you feel you needed 4 weeks to maybe achieve a certain thing, it didn't work out. Life happens like that, and then you come. How does that make you double up? What does that do to
Oh my
your
goodness. Okay, because
both good and bad.
Yeah.
Both good and bad.
Because I and Isi Loma came out so early, our hustle has to be doubled than the other housemates.
Exactly.
And we still do feel like we were cheated a bit, you know.
Yeah, which is very understandable. We've been saying that.
We said
that. Yeah. I think your situation is very different from Nelson's situation, where everyone was up for a nomination.
Because I felt that the up for nomination should have been the first one. The first eviction should have been everybody up for nomination.
Everyone. Yes, I agree.
Instead of
and that would have known who was who from scratch.
I agree.
You know, but like I said, that's what I'm saying. These things do happen in life. Sometimes the best laid plans go to crap. So your hustle is doubled. What else? How
yeah, and not only that, there are people out there that they're just so mean. Just like, were you even in the house and stuff like that? Like I went to a few interviews and some people say, "Oh, were you even in the house?" And I'm just looking at her like,
how come? How they say have
I
drugs?
don't want
How they say
my
have drugs?
shoe on your head.
You should have filed a report.
No, and the annoying part is that, let's say, okay, I was basically watching everyone that week.
Yes.
Trended on Saturday. Left on Sunday.
Wow.
The day I actually said, okay, I will show you people. But it was a Saturday night party. And then I left the next day.
Yeah. So that
it was so painful. It was so painful because we actually thought I had more time.
Yeah.
So now that I'm out, I'm just like, okay, I gotta get my music out there. I have to start.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
The love I got from people. I'm not gonna
good.
lie. Yeah, it's
One question, Savannah, but then since you knew from the beginning, I feel like we told you guys about the coins and everything.
yeah.
Do you feel like you should have gone to find coins?
No, I did. Okay, I was in the white team with Jeff. I can't remember, but I was in the white team with Jeff, and Jeff was like the person that had the most coins, and he said, "Avala, you're good," and me and Mercy was the lowest. I think me, Mercy, and Ella. So he said, "Okay, you guys will be good. Don't worry. Everybody on our white team will at least get to 100 coins." Mashallah loses his coin. And he gets, I think, like 20 left. He only has 120 left. And he's just, you know, the day he was raking and shouting, who stole my coin and everything. So the coin that Jeff was meant to give to me, he gave it to Mashallah. So he basically gambled, like, let me kick her out.
He fucked you over.
The game is a game.
No, because that's why he kept on. That's why he kept on apologizing on like in his diary room session, saying, "I feel bad. I let."
But aside Jeff, I feel like don't you think you could have asked other people for coins?
Do you know? I actually asked Shay. Shay gave me coins. That's why when they asked me to give somebody coins when I was leaving, and I gave it back to Shay. I gave everything to Shay.
Because a lot of people felt like you didn't make that much of an effort because you didn't think that it was that serious.
No, I did not.
That's how he felt.
I was not. Do you know what it is? I was not the lowest.
Yeah.
Mike was the lowest.
Yeah.
Ike was the lowest. So was Mashallah. And one more person, Ella. They were the lowest.
But they hustle.
They
hustle for their coin.
No. Mike did not hustle anything.
So what happened?
They gave him.
Well,
Yeah, they gave him. He didn't ask no one for nothing.
So maybe because people like him.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the strategy.
Okay, I'm asking, doubling your hustle outside the house. Back to the music, right? If there's anybody you want to work with now in the industry, because obviously, if not for nothing, the Big Brother platform has, at least Avala will pick your call. So if there's anybody you just, if you can work with two musicians, one male, one female,
Who would you choose?
who would you choose? Let's just get
Okay,
this. Let's get your career jumping.
Tenny Dancing.
Tenny,
Okay.
that
you can
would be
get
energy. You just look all gorgeous and she'll just look
Thank
colorful
you.
and everything. So
Yes.
Tenny
And
male.
who? Male.
Male will be Burner.
Really?
wow.
I thought you said Zlatan.
No, I don't think
you just look
he's
straight
good, but
to
I don't
one
think it will
color.
mesh well. I don't know. Maybe that'll be interesting actually.
Yeah, that's
Okay, all
I
right.
like that. I like that. All right.
I want us to check out what has been trending
Yeah.
over the week. And then when we come back,
Yes.
let's talk about the new housemates.
Okay.
And then talk about the shenanigans that they have been undergoing. All right, so let's check out some of the things that trended last week all through on social media. Of course, the hashtag officially is BBNAIJA 2019, and our hashtag is MRH CROSSTALK, and on Instagram, and of course on Twitter, Media Room Hub. All right, so let's check it out real quick, and when we come back, more. Ones that Big Brother picking people who are famous on social media, and two, that he's picking people who are paid to be on the show. And I know people who are paid. I know Elo went for audition. I know he went for audition. Sorry, continue, my dear.
Yeah. So even before the audition, we've known each other.
And we got pregnant at the same time.
Oh, you have a baby?
Yes, I do.
Oh my God!
Thank you. That was the problem they were having with me in the show. They're saying that, oh, I'm a mom, I should not be there, and I should be at home with my baby and stuff like that.
Well, they've said the same thing about Mike. They've said the same thing that married people. They said it.
And then when I came out, I realized
people have issues with everything.
Yeah, Mike's love is making them love him more.
Michael.
So what was the vibe? What's the vibe of VENITA? What do you think is her strategy?
Look, she's all about her kids. She's all about her kids, to be honest. She's just there. She's playing the game.
I love the house.
She's not trying to be with any of them.
So do we think VENITA is like the one person amongst the new housemates that maybe has a shot?
No. I'm actually rooting for her to win.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Actually, yeah. Among the 5 of them that entered the house.
I know VENITA might be.
She's also a single mother trying to
be in the finals.
Yeah.
Because I mean, she came in late. So
I think she'll do top 3. She gives me a
people already love that. She's an actress in Hollywood. Her story has been there. She was in the popular series AY Crave, so a couple of people already love her. And she already has some fans, so she might be in the finals. Only her right now. Okay, unless Elo does something more.
No, he won't do
the
anything. It's only about
right now.
It's only about the dancing and the oozing. I don't understand.
He has this cool kid thing going on that I like about him. He has that,
let me crack you up. Elo and Tacha give me a funny vibe. Because on social media, they are one of those people who's time and time again proven that the biggest, and on social media, like people who look very out there. Because I skimmed through his page, and his page is very,
but one-on-one,
they're very chill.
I've known Elo for a minute. He's one-on-one. It's not the same character he gives on social, because he's an actor. So he puts in a lot when he's, doing whatever he's doing.
I know his brother.
No, but you need to understand. But you see now on the flip side, I was trying to lead you guys on just to then flip it. On the flip side, someone like VENITA, who from all her characters has always been very chill. Chill. They use her for the chill.
But she's not, really
she's
not.
She's there and she's like, boom.
In real life, she's actually like...
I want to explain.
It just shows that.
Okay, so let's move. Now we've talked a bit about love. Let's move to the fights. People were fighting this week.
Oh man.
People were fighting this week.
As in a lot of fights.
Can we start off the fight with shadow boxing? How does Shade create a problem and then fight himself, raise his voice for like 15 minutes, ignored by everybody?
You know what I think? I think people should just let them fight. Like, let them get physical. Let me tell you who they will beat.
No. Don't beat Shade.
No, if you do that,
Shade, I don't think anybody can beat Shade.
You'll be shocked.
Shade has lifted cement block yesterday.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
Shade is actually a very, very firm person.
Main femme.
But his head has...
You'll be very surprised that IK will give you flawless victory.
No, but you guys need to understand. You guys need to understand that there's some people, they just talk a lot. And they don't... When it's time to, they're like, look, I'm not even... No, I feel...
If they let them fight, Ike literally wants to beat everybody who grinds on Mercy at the Friday.
Yeah, even almost beat up Toya, which was interesting,
I'd want to beat up Toya. That was a bit...
No, that was a lot. I was just staring at TV like, oh, Lord.
They need to send a pregnancy test.
And the cameraman is so messy.
Like, to be sure.
The cameraman kept on showing Toya and Mercy grinding and show Ike. Then to go back to that, they show Ike.
So first of all, the fight I caught was Shay and Ike.
Yes.
When they were shouting at each other, and Shay was like, "What?" I don't know what Shay was doing. It was like,
you know, it's big.
Like,
report me.
You know, that's speaking about. Something is wrong with you because Sherry.
No, he's letting them know. He's older. He's much older. And Ike is really young.
He's like, he tries to be like this, fatherly Yoruba. Call you to honor.
drop my hat for Mike for his level of unbotheredness. Like he's always unbothered.
Always unbothered.
Like
No, like when him and
Oh my
Tasha
God.
was.
no, like with all the fights that were going
No,
on.
that
in the house,
hasn't
we
got
don't
to
even-
him because that speech.
No, it
he
got to
gave
him. Yeah, it got to him.
Show that is, I think, probably one of the first times in a long time something has really.
But
like,
as Mike lost control,
No, he
I
hasn't.
haven't seen him lose
And I feel like
control
he's always telling them that I could have reacted more.
Yeah, but
But then, yeah. So
And then I think also
it
because
shows
he's
that
an
he's more.
athlete, I think he's learned how to
Control.
channel,
Yeah.
control his energy.
But I will quote something for you, and we can make this bet between now and the end of Big Brother. He will snap. I
Okay.
say this because
3 months is a long time.
Thank you. God bless. High five, my love. I say this because 3 months is a very long
No
time.
TV, nothing.
No TV. You have to be in these people's
No
faces,
phone,
and these
no
people
nothing.
are not. They weren't even picked based on the same psychological behavioral patterns. Everybody's different. When I saw Tacha get to him in about the first 2-3 weeks, and then they took her out, and then they brought them back, and he gave that speech, and that speech is literally his woo-saw moment.
Yeah.
So I know that if something had not happened when they took Tacha and Shade to that room,
They might have
and they
been.
had got to expose each other for about 3-4 more days, he will snap. And the problem with people like Mike is Mike is the type of person that he will slap somebody in the house. And let me tell you why. He will hold it together for 75 days.
And he's on the 76
Because
day.
that leadership thing, one thing about being a leader is if you're trying to get sheep together, you can talk to them, you can cajole them, but you're going to have to hit one who's not getting their line. Yeah, it's going to be...
No, but you
it's
funny
gonna be-
enough, he
he's-
won't do that because he will lose everything. You get
Exactly. I
disqualified
think
if you-
if Mike,
Mike is the type to do it in a way he'll get a strike. But bet me before the show is over, Mike is going to
everybody
physically touch
feels the
someone.
need
No, I
to pour
don't.
their emotional
On him!
He
I
was
know what I'm
complaining to Big
saying.
Brother, like Big Brother, it's been too much for me this week. Because,
I know what I'm saying. That is too much of a house.
Two people
Yeah.
just bringing their situationship or whatever.
That's
to
what I'm
go
telling
to
you.
me,
It's too
like-
much of a house.
It's too
man.
much
You
for
won't
him.
cry.
Yeah.
I said, Lord, there's no mobile phone.
No,
there's
but
no-
he has that
I'll
thing.
snap.
You can help
He
him.
does,
Obviously,
but
we'll
we'll
snap
see.
it.
do you think
I would have snapped if I was still there longer.
Wow.
Thank
Because
you.
I have to wash
I
the
used to see
toilet
him
literally
a
every
little.
day.
Wow.
Thank
They'll
you.
mess it up.
Yeah.
The kitchen, I'll cook. They'll
wow.
eat. They'll leave
You're
the
not
dishes
even
there.
doing it.
I'd have snapped.
Those are my trigger points. Bathroom. That's my trigger point. I will.
If I was in the house, I don't
bathroom
think I would ever take bathroom duty.
Honestly,
you-
I was
You have
dodging it
to.
real quick.
See,
You
what
have to
is-
because you use it in a small space.
What is weird is I'm the type that would actually clean the bathroom. Just
But
so that
how
I could
long can
use
you
it
clean
clean.
the bathroom
But
after
I know
people?
that after,
As in,
that's what I'm
for
saying.
grown
You have
That's
to
what I'm
clean it
saying.
because you also use
So you
it.
don't,
That's
you
what I'm
continue
saying.
cleaning
what I
it.
didn't
I'm
understand.
not
I
slap
have
it.
a bathroom.
yes, I have a
Boys'
30 to
bathroom, so you have to still clean it.
Oh my
I have
God,
a
don't slap
60-day
me.
window.
It's like-
I would have snapped. I know
I know, I would
myself.
have
I've been
snapped
doing
for
so that's why I
myself.
know Mike will snap.
Well, I
know the
mean,
type.
hopefully, because I'm Team Mike. I don't know about y'all. I'm Team Mike. I'm Team Mike.
I'm about 4 over 5 in my predictions so far. So.
Okay, well, all right, we need to take a break. When we come back,
Yes.
let's talk about the pairings in the house.
Yeah.
Big Brother has told us that there is no eviction this week, but the housemates don't know.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the pairings and who we think can come up with a good strategy, who we think are still the strongest top 5 housemates, and who we think are the weakest last 5 housemates. Yeah, is that good?
Yeah.
All right. So when we come back from the break, we will continue. Do not forget, join us on social media. Our hashtag is MRH CROSSTALK, and we are on social media at the Media Room Hub. Okay, we'll be back after the break. All right, so we're back, and
Hey.
it's the last few minutes. And before we go into the pairs, the Big Brother housemates do not know that they're not up for eviction. They think they are. We know. But let's talk a little bit more to our housemates who are in the
Yeah, I'm
our own place, our own pepper them.
Yes,
Yes.
so, exactly.
Nelson.
Yes, Nelson.
Hey.
So I just feel like when you got the news that you're going to the Big Brother house, at that particular point, did you have any plan?
Any.
Like just any plan that once you go into the house, you don't want to come out anytime soon. And if you were going to stay for a short period of time, what would I sell that once I leave is acceptable by Nigerians enough for me to make something from this experience?
Yeah, because they want me lifetime.
Because you
You
were
said
there
something once, like
4 weeks
think
now.
Honestly, I wouldn't like. I think on this particular show, I said the same thing about you. Even knowing how possibly you could have been outside the house, I said you did not go there knowing what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Because you can't be in the house and every time you got your camera time, you were either sleeping or being with just one particular person, Esther.
And gossiping.
He has told us why.
Okay,
Okay, so
Let-
did you have a
there's
strategy?
this thing
It's
whereby
also
when you're
it's
with
also
one particular person, you guys will tend to talk. She will air her opinion and you listen.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I was gossiping.
gossiping.
Then secondly, I felt I wanted to build up a brand because I wanted to be a classic man. I have a pageant I have to go for. I needed to stay clean. So going into the house with a plan. Yes, I had a plan because I needed the romance level to flow. But at the same time, you know when you go into the house and you see something different, it just knocks your game off. Then for the sleeping aspect.
So you were the
I needed to clear that one out.
You were the Leo da Silva.
No. The thing is, my blood pressure was really high. And I didn't want to look for pity party. Hey, my blood pressure is high, yo. People should not be angry. Big Brother was giving me medication for that. Then I had a massive swelling on my left thigh. So I didn't want to start telling me, hey, I'm not feeling fine. Please, people should understand. I'm sleeping. I'm not feeling fine. So I didn't want to do that. I felt I had like the next week, which I had things to do. I had plans. My plan was the next week. I was like, nobody will be underwear in this house again.
But really, when you, with your massage, the whole massage you were giving the girls, I was like, I was expecting so much. Like when I saw the massage,
it was building. It was working. It was working.
It was.
But it was working because nobody nominated it.
Let me ask you a question based on something you said, right? So, when you have your plan, let's say you fashion your concept after maybe a former Big Brother person's behavior or whatever, and you come into the house. What knocks you off? You talked about being knocked off. Is it the people you meet? Is it how the house is? What was your plan and then what knocked you off your plan?
Just like football. You say, okay, we're going with this tactics, we're doing this, we're going with this formation. And you get in and like, we have to switch plans. We have to put Messi into this game. It knocks you up entirely. So I got in and like, okay, the girls are fine, but I'm not that fine.
wow, the girls are
Sorry now.
It's okay.
Sorry, I'm just telling you the truth. When they say hot girls were coming in.
Let it out.
Hot girls were coming in.
Oh, so you found yourself hot?
Let it out. Yo, hold on. Don't break it. Don't break it. The more he tells us, the more he can.
So I felt no, I didn't.
So you were disappointed?
I don't mean no. I was.
I'm just saying by way of tactics.
Girls,
okay.
Like out of like the 10 girls or 11 girls are there, I would say 5 girls. 5 of the girls were fine.
It's okay. It's okay. Keep going.
5 and they allowed those girls go before time.
Okay, so who caught your eye?
Yeah.
Diane actually caught my eye.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember.
But then she liked you though.
Wait, let me finish. This is my moment. There's Diane, there's Avala, there's Isoloma with the very strong character, there was Kim. So these people just left and like, what are we left with?
They took all the gorgeous girls out.
So they took the girls out. But Esther and I myself have been friends like from day one. Esther actually, I don't know why people don't really like that girl.
I like her.
But she's a nice girl.
I like
but
her.
like the way people hate Thatcher too, the same way they don't like Esther. They don't really understand. They don't understand the backstory behind these girls. Like they don't really. No, Esther is not always gossiping.
Always gossip. She never says it in the person's face.
See,
She never says it in the person's face.
you have a problem with somebody, say it to their face.
Never.
That is why you are in the house.
She has to come with VENITA. I don't
know about the new ones, but when we're there together,
that's it.
She was saying it to
let
you.
me finish.
Hold on.
When we're in the house, the only thing that Esther doesn't like was confrontation. You have to understand people's person.
Okay.
Nobody likes confrontation. Like practically everybody doesn't like confrontation.
I like confrontation.
Because
I do.
You do, but some persons don't
That's
like
as
the
you slap me,
drama.
that's all.
People don't like the drama. So,
Yeah.
like you said, some people don't know really why they're in the house. But at the same time, the heat in the house is a different atmosphere entirely.
Let me speak. I want to ask Avala almost the same kind of question, my darling. Someone like you as well. How do you prepare your mind? And you come from a very unique situation. You talked about your kid, and you know, how do you prepare your mind? The single guy just pack a bag and go. You know what I'm saying? But you know, let's just to open up about that.
Did you have a strategy?
Did you have a strategy? Do you have a kid?
And would you?
If you go into the house, you find love in the house, cafe type level, maybe a love that you feel sexually attracted to.
Were you attracted to anyone sexually in the house?
Would you have sex in the house?
Funny enough, I was in the same boat as Nelson. I was like, none of these niggas. Sorry. Like for instance, no, but like for instance, Gidoni is a handsome. When he comes out, you guys need to see it.
Okay.
No, yeah, when he comes out, you need to see him. He's dark and very, very, very handsome. Very, very handsome.
No, but he looks better as well.
Yeah, nothing.
I
always do nothing.
This is a very handsome man.
Don't experience that. I'll never see him as good again.
Wow. No, Tony is very handsome. And he has a very nice smile.
Okay, continue.
Maybe because I saw him face to face. He's very handsome.
Okay.
And so is Mike. But Mike is married, so you like,
Okay.
forget you. So it's like,
So your spec obviously is dark and tall.
was Gidoni was
Mike,
my
kind of
type.
type.
Yeah. And
I'd have loved that drama.
you know he was close to me, so it was close. He was close to me first before he started talking to. So when I left, that's when
you don't like the light skin niggas, do you?
He doesn't have the time.
You've been there, done that. I'm 30 years old, okay? I've been through. You understand? And just like, okay.
You know what you want.
Take your while and go.
By now you know what you want.
Yeah, dark skin makeup.
So, quick question for you guys. Just real quick. Who do you think would leave next week? Just random.
But I can't tell.
Like, who's the least?
I can't tell because.
Who's the least popular person for you? Who's the least popular?
Oh, your least favorite.
Okay, no. Your least favorite is one thing.
Yeah.
The person, the weakling.
Yeah.
So you have to be more objective with your weakling.
Okay. So one least favorite and one least.
Generally, is not cut out right now to be in that house.
I think Esther's a bit kind of like off her game because she's a bit too quiet.
You're Esther.
I like being very honest.
Yeah, of course.
She's off her game.
I'm saying the truth. She's off her game and she's off her game.
Oh my God.
If you could send her a message, you'd probably tell her.
I could tell her like, come.
Look.
Pump it up. Don't make
Then I think Messi's a bit thrown up, but Messi got fans already, so she's chilled. Then Shay is now. He's my guy. Like I love Shay. Like no homo. He's my G. So Shay is like. Am I supposed to say that? But she's like,
She's arrogant to me.
Yeah,
no, he's not arrogant. No, he's not. It's not.
But I like it.
And
in a funny way.
It's not. It's just that when people don't really do things the way you want them to do it, it just pisses you off.
But you're not your father's house.
He said it's not your father's house.
I don't understand this.
It's not your father's house, but at the same time, you're trying to manage your own space.
Makes sense.
Trying to manage
I
your
know,
own
he's
space.
just a bit too,
He's everywhere.
First of my name.
I want to ask.
What did she say? First of my name, third of my.
First of my name, third of my clan. Who says that? Who asked you?
O'Shea Jon Snow.
Okay, but my love, I want to ask you the same question, same thing. Just weaklings.
Okay,
who you're not feeling.
I'm sorry. Jackie.
I always forget she's in the house.
No, she's not just the weakling. She's my least favorite. Even when I was in the house, to be honest.
Why?
She emotes nothing. I get nothing from Jackie.
No, my problem with Jackie is I get off judgmental. Always judging people. Always like, if you get, and I can't stand it. Because I'm not that kind of person. I feel like if she wants to be a hoe, let her be a hoe, okay? Let her do whatever
that's her choice.
Yeah.
That's her choice.
That's her life.
But to be judging people because you're doing holier than thou, I don't really like that.
Okay, makes sense.
All right, so strong.
Right.
Strong. Top 5 strong. Obviously, Team Mike. Team Mike.
Okay.
Mike, VENITA, Mercy, of course. Mercy, gotta give Mercy on her. Amashala, and who was the last one? Shay. Sorry, I love Shay. I don't know why. I just still.
Yeah, I do. Because I'm actually close to most of the people in the house. I'll say Sadi.
Say who?
Sadi. Let me tell you who Sadi is. Let me tell you what you don't know about Sadi. Sadi's dad, I think, is a pastor. His mom is a lecturer, and I think they try to apply the fact that okay, he's from a decent home, but he's a really nice guy. Sadi is the person that all the ladies in the house go to, like, see what I'm going through. Aside from Mike, they always go to Sadi to seek for redress. I'm like, what should I do about this? Then he comes to me and tell me, see what Diana said about this.
Wow. And you people say, men say they don't gossip.
We don't gossip. We talk amongst each other.
It's about me.
We
So
don't
he comes to
gossip.
me like,
Men talk
"Guys, see what you're
amongst
doing,
each
I don't
other.
like.
There's a
Straighten
difference.
up your act."
I don't know. So I feel like it's two-faced. He said something that weekend that made me got me irritated.
There's not
So they
two.
have-
Yeah, I
they
saw
say,
it.
yeah,
It was
they
tweeted.
did
It was
fight.
trending.
And
Actually.
he goes something about, does he know what the father is? Does he know what that son name stands for?
Wow.
The Awolowo name.
Really?
People
No,
finish him on Twitter. they were like,
but
"Excuse
doesn't
me,
mean that it's
nobody
two-faced.
cares about your
One-
son
one-
name."
So after Sadi, who else?
Sadi, there's Mike
Okay.
G, there's
Okay.
Mashola, there's Mercy.
Okay.
And I've said Esther, but if I say Esther, they'll kill me in my house. So I'll just say I'll add Tacha to it because Tacha is from River State. So.
Makes sense. Okay. No wahala.
I'm so happy we didn't talk about Tacha this.
Man, like,
Yes, because one person
High five,
is one
high
person.
five to everybody. High five to everybody.
One person is not.
She's coming here, so you meet her.
Are you saying she's gonna leave the house?
No, she's not. When she's done, she'll be here.
So the housemates are doubled up, and they're going to be doing tasks for two teams.
Yes.
So they're going to be doing tasks, and probably that's what they're going to be used to get evicted next. So which team looks like the stronger?
Mike's team.
Mike's the green team.
Anything that has touch on them is.
Mike's team because Mike
all.
just tends to think outside the box.
Yeah.
I like the way he thinks.
I don't know. You know why I don't know? Because I was on Mike's team, and look at me. I'm
High five.
So you actually never know what's going to happen.
I'm telling
The
you,
game
you
is
never
there.
know.
You
I
never
think we're giving Mike
Mike's
a
team,
lot
there's-
of credit.
Then Sadi's on the other team.
But the
Then Mashola is there as well.
They will have problem because they
They're not Tacha's
team.
group.
No, that group. Fraud, the fraudulent one.
They will fight though. That one I know they're gonna fight. Yeah, they will fight. I predict they'll fight.
Because without a leader, it's going to be difficult. The leader
speaking
needs
And
to
all
about
of them,
fight,
Fraud
speaking
wants
about-
to be the leader of everything. He wants to.
No, I think he's swallowing his character now. There are a lot more powerful guys in the house. But speaking
Yes.
about fights, I worry about this new guy called Joe. Somebody's gonna punch him in the face.
You think so?
Yes, because he's still unbothered.
There's unbothered and he's now a male toucher. I didn't believe a confrontational
No, I heard this
character-
before. I heard
a
this.
confrontational character in the form of a woman in that house is okay. Like you could always walk away from it.
Well, that's
But
sexist.
no, I'm just saying like
I'm just saying.
no, I'm just saying like no. Let me
Well,
put
you
it this way.
expect that from a
No,
woman?
let me put it this way. What Thatcher did to Mike, I'm not sure another guy would have done it to another guy, and we wouldn't have had a higher explosive kind of reaction.
Okay.
So now we have this Joe guy who has that same confrontation, boom, boom in your face kind of behavior, and he's very anti. I mean, when they give you someone like El Zonam, and he comes in and he's just very calm and he's just trying to find his way around. Then they bring this dude, comes in with this jacket, like just like a hillbilly, he just walks in, just he's
He
just
cares about nothing.
he's very he's in
I
everybody's
remember when
face,
he
you know.
even said it when Tasha was complaining about the head of fish.
Yeah.
The head of fish is like,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
remember.
care if the head of, I don't really care about
He
it.
was like, just like you put your food in the microwave and they take it, just be sure that we're going to not
As in,
nothing more.
like, the guy is just.
So I worry about the injection of that
I want to see their fight,
character.
Tasha and Joe. I think
Yes,
I
they
want to
will. I
see
think someone's gone butt head. You know,
Alright.
Thatcher had
I
been
like
the
fight too much.
I swear
What's
down.
happened?
That's what we paid for.
You should go mad.
That's the pepper.
The pepper. Buy pepper and eat now.
So fingers crossed, nobody's leaving the house this week, but we never know.
Yeah.
Ebuka said nobody,
Last
but we
time
never
Biggie
know.
said that, he sent two.
He
of my
said they said it to
favorite-
us when we were in the house.
Very
2 weeks were
favorite
safe.
contestants.
Exactly, that's what they told us.
Yes.
About 2 weeks before, nobody was going
Yes.
to come out. And so we never know. For fingers crossed, nobody's going to go out. So at least the new housemates can kind of find their footing in the house. And maybe they will fight and give us some joys. And then maybe FRODD and VENITA.
Oh my God.
I doubt it.
VENITA.
not fraud.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
FRODD is one of those guys in
I
Nigerian
doubt it.
universities that will toast babe, reach one point and somebody else come and take her.
Wow.
Like yeah, so it's
He's
just
pathetic.
he doesn't have finishing game. He
But
has follower, but doesn't
But
have
it does
finishing.
seem like VENITA is playing a game, but it also seems like she kind of likes him a bit.
No, I don't think so.
That house is so cold that you will pucker up with someone
She,
for the warm.
if I was her, I wouldn't mind a cuddle. Like, cuddle me, I'm cold, you
Yeah.
know.
Other words, I bet.
Yeah.
Fraud.
The fraud. No, but I like fraud. I like fraud. I
What
actually
looks like
like
he can
fraud.
just start cuddling VENITA and just bust into tears.
Oh my
you
God.
know? Knowing fully well this cuddling
No,
is
I
going
actually
on.
like fraud. I like fraud. There's nothing wrong with a a man that can cry.
Fraud, but the problem is that Fraud looks like the type of guy that sends his male friends text messages asking who are we. You know, it's like.
Oh my God.
What are we? Are we in a relationship? Nah, but I like
I just say who mighty you guys?
You like Fraud?
You like Fraud?
No, I like him. I like Fraud.
Alright guys, thank you so much. Nelson, Avala, thank you guys. We wish you guys the best. Nelson, I hope you bust a nut soon.
Okay.
I know you're not. I know.
Avala been out for the longest time. How have you been handling?
Avala is good.
I'm good.
Okay.
I guess mine.
Alright guys, thank you so much. Make sure you keep on joining our conversation. Our hashtag is MRH CROSSTALK, and we are on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, Media Room Hub. We'll be back for week 7, same time next week. Hopefully nobody will be dead.
Bye.